And it crashed. Not off to a great start now, are we?
Listen, you are still disorientated after the ritual. Do you recall my name? I am Lucius Ironblood, sacristan of this noble house.
Okay, everything seems to be working as intended now. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're back with another episode of I Played This So You Don't Have To. Today's game is Warhammer 40,000 Freeblade, the first game I believe which actively lets you to take control of a Imperial Knight. And I mean as a full story stuff, not the Dawn of War 3 storyline shenanigans. So the game just throws you into the thick of it at the very beginning, where you already start playing, and it's a way for it to showcase how to actually play the game, which I think is okay. A little warning in advance would be nice. Though stylistically, the Imperial Knight looks cool. Keep in mind this is a mobile game which is also available to download on PC. The first clip was me trying to emulate the mobile, but then I figured out that there is a Microsoft game that you can download for free. Off the bat, visually everything looks great for a mobile game. Keep in mind I'm playing on a 4K monitor, so if there are resolution issues and so on, that's probably it. But yeah, looks alright, the colouring is nice, there's a lot of nice lighting, the game does have a little bit of a cartoony sense when looking at these enemies, but you can't really get them too close up, I guess. And the voice acting was decent. I mean, it's still a Warhammer game, and majority of times the voice acting is usually horrible, let's just be honest about that. But I'll let you listen to a little bit of voice acting dialogue and then we'll jump into the game itself, as that comes straight after this tutorial mission.
I am glad to see you have regained consciousness, Knight. I am Brother Sergeant Medale of the Dark Angels Space Marines. Alas, I bear grim tidings. You are the last surviving Knight of House Dracus. We are only able to rescue the House Sacristan, Lucius Ironblood, and a handful of others.
It is with great sadness that I must document the fall of House Dracus. Although Fort Dracus burns, all hope is not lost. Brother Sergeant Medale, we have not forgotten our pact with the Dark Angels. We will rise from the ashes, join you in vanquishing our mutual foes, and create a new legacy. And what should this legacy be called? Freeblade.
So the voice acting wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't great either, but it's a decent standard for a Warhammer game, that's for sure. And now we're able to name our Freeblade Knight, so I decided to give him a name which is going to be feared across the universe, you know? Then straight after that, it jumps into customization, so you're able to paint your knight, and there's a lot of it too if you go into advanced and everything. It's actually quite interesting because it gives you that feeling of actual Warhammer where, come on, a lot of Warhammer games nowadays don't even have army painters. So I'm giving the devs a massive plus for that. Yes, it's a mobile game, but army painter, always great. There's so much different stuff that you can do and mixing and matching colors and so on. There's a lot of locked colors which you can buy and also unlock, don't you worry. I've also been unlocking stuff as I've been progressing, but yeah, don't like the idea of paying for paint, because it's paint, it's cosmetic. I already spend a horrendous amount of real-life money when it comes to buying paints for my miniatures. I don't want to do that anywhere else, I'm just being completely honest here. Though it seems that a large majority of things, if not all of them, are tied to in-game currencies, so you can earn that in-game currency through various different events and so on. We'll discuss that a little bit now as we progress in through the video. So yeah, I mean, it looks good. My knight looks great, to be honest. I quite like the look. This is the color scheme that I settled on. It's kind of nice. It's something that I would probably paint in real life. A little bit of grays, reds, and yellows. I think that fits really well with an Imperial Knight. So after all the tutorial stuff is done, this is your main screen, where you can see supplies, quests, multiplayer, events, and campaign, or your in-game currencies too. It's okay, it's stylized. The Dark Angel itself doesn't look great compared to everything else though. I'm not too sure why that's the case, because everything else looks quite, you know, realistic in a sense. Yet the Dark Angel's just, I don't know, just doesn't look good. So the campaigns look like this. They're divided into a few different missions per chapter. Nothing too special. It tells you there's a reward, there's a low chance or a high chance of picking up some extra armor pieces, a little bit of lore, yeah, it's pretty basic, so I'm not really going to complain there. Everything's pretty much as you expect it to be, and yeah, I'm not going to complain. Now, jumping into the game itself, I found that the scenery itself isn't too bad. Everything kind of looks nice for a mobile game aspect. You have to keep in mind that, yes, this is a mobile game, so if you're going to use it on PC, you can't expect the best graphics. Something very disappointing, however, is that while dialogue out of missions is voiced, dialogue in missions doesn't seem to be. The orcs aren't voiced at the very least, which is a massive shame because, you know, orc voice acting has always been kind of hilarious. But the missions themselves, fairly straightforward, fairly basic. There's never nothing too important. You don't really have to sweat much. And the missions themselves last about a good 2 minutes at very average, which, yeah, not great. You'd expect a little bit more. But then again, mobile game, very basic, it has to be kind of like this. There's a variety of enemies at the very least. We started fighting Chaos in the tutorial and now we're fighting Orcs. Hopefully there's more in the future. I've not really progressed too far into the game, I must say, because this is just my form of punishment to entertain you guys. Like I said, it's not great, but it's not bad either. You've got these types of missions, you'll get your rewards at the end. There's a medal system too, so you're incentivized to play better and have a better aim. And then it starts moving towards the daily rewards, which is what you can expect from a mobile game, and you have to pay for loyalty to be able to get better rewards, because that's how they get you. I'm not going to complain, because, yeah, you know, they have to make some money somehow, but it's really not my thing. Wow, I haven't seen one of these in a while. So I've only played 2 missions, the tutorial and the first mission for the campaign, and I've already got a screen covering ad asking me to rate the game. So, normally, don't care, especially if it's a few hours in. This is literally, what, 10, 15 minutes? Not even that, like 10 minutes, maybe even less. Why am I going to rate your game at this point? Like, I've barely even been able to try your game. Seriously, this is super annoying, and mobile developers need to stop doing this. Have it trigger after around 2 hours or so, that's perfectly fine, but like literally like 8 minutes? No. I must admit that the gear system is kind of nice. Think of it in a very similar sense to Diablo and stuff like that, where sometimes the gear itself is very visually different. Of course, the weaponry will act differently too, but it's just nice to be able to get stuff which is giving you better stats and so on, but also cosmetic, as it just gives you a sense of progression. Plus, you just want your knight to look as cool as possible, don't you? The first chapter of the campaign will continue to teach you more and more stuff, like how to use an iron shield and so on. I'm imagining that as you get more specialist gear, it'll continue to do so. And again, you know, visually cool. Already kind of bored though, and I just want to play multiplayer and see how that works. Not long after working through the campaign, you'll be able to do something called a free team, which is allowing you to deploy units to find some resources. I'm guessing this is all based on an RNG system, which, yeah, cool. And you can get like different currencies and so on. That's what I got. It's based on a timer system, or if you want to just keep using these deploying team features, you can send some more teams for gold, which you have to buy with real currency, or you can earn, don't worry, but like, yeah, it's just kind of pushing for the shop itself. And yeah, I get it, it's a mobile game, blah blah blah. Okay, let's just look at the shop, because I'm already getting a little frustrated. So, you can buy a Chaos Knight through this, which is really expensive. I'm not sure how you justify this. This is what? £32, 49 pence for a Corn Chaos Knight, plus a bunch of resources and so on. But, wait, can you not unlock these? Like, as a Chaos Undivided Knight, you can unlock from Chaos Relics, but the Sinesh Knight and all the others, they cost real money. I'm not too sure where this goes in terms of justification, because, I mean, look at this, right? The pricings for everything seem to be so all over the place that it just doesn't really make too much sense, especially when you start looking at how much ore costs by itself, and then comparing that to, of course, the Chaos Knights. What is the plan here? It's very, very confusing. I'm assuming it's trying to entice people to buy resources more than the actual packs, which make no sense because obviously packs are good value for money, or they're supposed to be, I guess. And why pay for a skin? What does this skin do? Is it just a skin? Does it give you new abilities? It's not very clear. Oh look, there's a blessing system, which you need to pay for. Oh my god. Okay, so you can either use in-game currency, real life cash, or watch an ad. God, this game has so many microtransactions. It's just so much. This is, like, I don't think I've seen a game this heavily packed with different microtransactions in a long time. Good God, not long after that, a full screen ad, buy now, limited offer. God, why? Absolutely why? It's just absolutely ridiculous that this happens, because I've just been thrown so many ads, I honestly just don't know how many, I can't even remember. And finally, let's talk about the multiplayer, which is a lie, by the way. It's not multiplayer whatsoever. You're scanning for enemies, you're playing against other players' characters, but you're not actually playing against the other player. You're playing against AI. So, yeah, like, that's literally it. You're not playing... It's not multiplayer. It's literally not multiplayer. I don't know why they're calling it multiplayer. The system is cool, knight versus knight. If they would have called it something else, it would have probably been redeemable, but don't call something multiplayer when it's literally not multiplayer. I mean, I like the battle. It's still pretty enjoyable. The maps themselves are fun. It's very heavily pointing towards you to cash out and bleed you dry like you're a tourist in southern Spain, but yeah. Not a fan, not a fan. I've suffered enough through this, I think. I don't think I deserve this anymore. So, yeah, this is a game. It's more like an advert, but I guess it classifies as a game. You guys can download it if you wish. It's free, with adverts everywhere. I really don't want to deal with this anymore, right? I'm gonna go. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Keep in mind that I'm still on holiday, and see you all soon. But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various links to different social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. Also in the description section is an affiliate link with Element Games, where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Making a purchase using that link and also our special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A big thank you to Gibraltar LUSC, Ryan Bertsche, Andrew Prince, and Okro for subscribing to us at our Fame level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule, VS Vasan, Aaron Whitman, and Shaggy for subscribing to us at our King level. Honestly, we can't thank you all enough. And lastly, a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing, and commenting on these videos. Honestly, it's because of you guys that the channel's been growing at such a great pace lately, so we can't thank you all enough. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.